Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dream of Fantastic Dream podcast, the most fantastic podcast on the internet. Today is July 24th, 2022, and we will be deep diving into all the Marvel announcements from San Diego Comic-Con, from all of the new films and the new shows from Phase 4 to Phase 6. We're your hosts, Skylar Gifford and Armida Flores. So without further ado, welcome to the Multiverse Saga.
I already have thoughts. I already have notes.
It's honestly it's going to be really exciting. I'm super pumped for this. There's so many titles that they were speculating, and stuff was coming late. I didn't think they were going to talk about any of Phase 6 at all. At least till Disney Plus Day.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did in D23, I was shocked.
Marvel wasn't supposed to go at all to D23, and yet to Comic-Con, and yet here we are.
Yeah. Last year, 2019, Kevin Feige was talking about it. It was like, yeah, I particularly do all this stuff for Comic-Con. Like, he knows how deeply fans are rooted in this really special convention that if he doesn't bring it and oversell it, it's not gonna be good enough.
110%. I have to agree. My thing, and it's interesting because I feel like the Multiverse Saga, I feel like everybody's really pumped about it, but they're not pumped because this is brand new information. They're pumped because this is what they've wanted this to be called since WandaVision came out. They have wanted this to be the Multiverse Saga.
Right.
But they couldn't announce that right away because the Phase 4 was mostly about building back from Endgame.
Right.
It wasn't about let's try and top Endgame right now, which I think is what led it to be such a disaster for the filmmaker to fan relationship, is that everybody was like, all right, so Endgame levels, where's my cameo? Where's my plot twist? Where's my bad villain? Where's my incredible writing? Where's my 3-hour long cutscene? They're like, they want everything that Endgame had, and it's just not going to happen, y'all. We have to go back. We have to literally put ourselves in the shoes of Iron Man 1 all over again to enter into where we are going. Because people are like, I want my cameos. I want my Easter eggs. I want my references. I want. But we're just not, we're starting over. And Phase 4 is about starting over. And I feel like they didn't feed y'all the Multiverse Saga title because they felt like y'all didn't deserve it yet. And now that we're getting into Phase 5
really fast.
Now that we're getting into Phase 5, I hope that we've learned better. But we've kind of unlocked. Listen, I don't want Endgame 2.3.4.5.0. I don't want it. It was a long movie. It made me cry. I'm always emotionally distressed. I don't want it. I want to build something different that's still the Marvel quality that we enjoy.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what you're going to get. Like, Endgame was like a pre-test for Secret Wars. Like, literally, you're taking all of all the lore from every universe and jamming it into 2 movies. X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers.
Let me rephrase that then, because people want Endgame now.
Oh, right. No.
People want Endgame 2.3.4.0 now. Every project has to be Endgame. Every single one of them. Because if you haven't noticed, if there's no cameo, if there's no callback, if there's no Easter egg, people get pissed. And WandaVision was literally made to troll people who were like that, who expected it to be like that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at Secret Wars. I'm just mad that, why does WandaVision and Miss Marvel have to be Endgame 3.0? Why? It doesn't.
I agree. Okay, so starting off with obviously the end of Phase 4, we're going to go through 2022 all the way to 2025. So we're going to start with the shows, kind of go through that, go over all of the announcements for each thing. Talk about what they, brought up at the convention, in case you guys weren't aware of it or didn't hear enough that you want more clarity on or whatever. So we decided to do this episode specifically for the people who wanted more information, because a lot was stated at San Diego Comic-Con that they didn't share online. And I was able to get a lot of the Hall H information straight out of the convention. So yeah, we're just going to get into it. So the first thing coming August 10th of this year is I Am Groot. So it is set to explore Baby Groot's adventures across the galaxy from the Guardians as he meets new characters and finds himself in perilous situations. So this show was supposed to be 5 short films, but it was, the more they were creating it, the more it developed into 5 more. So I think we're getting a season 2 as well. I'm not sure when that's happening, but if you guys are into that kind of thing, we are getting more Guardians of the Galaxy. Right after that is She-Hulk. So that's debuting on August 17th. The new trailer reveals, the Hulk training her to be She-Hulk and like her abilities after he gave her the blood transfusion, because yes, Bruce Banner gives her the ability to become She-Hulk, and she doesn't just, inherently have that ability. It also shows her like day-to-day struggles as she works on the superhuman task force as an attorney to high-powered individuals. So basically, she is representing all the people who are superheroes who basically are being screwed over from the governments that they're being led by. So that's kind of interesting coming at a political standpoint. And we're also introduced to new characters such as Frogman and Titania, who is a huge comic book villain to She-Hulk. So that'll be fun. And then the Department of Damage Control is also coming back into the show. And they're setting up a prison where they're holding all of these like really high-powered individuals. And that actually becomes the home base of the Thunderbolts. So that's where that's going to happen. And you actually see Abomination being kept there.
Yes.
They're already kind of hinting at what's to come at the end of Phase 5. And what I thought was interesting that I didn't realize that they were doing was they were pulling a Deadpool, and she actually breaks the 3rd wall.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I thought
that's gonna be cute.
That was pretty cool that they, directly call out the audience. And it ends with a new team of superheroes, and she actually gets to meet Daredevil for the first time.
That's gonna be cool.
That was really cool.
Starting a whole like Disney Plus Daredevil thing. That's gonna be awesome.
Right. And the Daredevil show, he had the black and the red suit. And in this show, it's red and gold, because in Daredevil, his identity was basically taken from him by Bullseye, and pretty much tarnished really, really badly. So the only way he could, take himself out of the equation and kind of bring back his reputation was becoming someone else. So it's a different version of Daredevil, but still the same character that we know. Next up, I wanted to put this up front because it is Wakanda Forever.
Oh, good. Okay, we're skipping around. Okay, I'm good. Perfect.
This is the next MCU Phase 4 movie ending out the year. So I thought this was really, really important to bring up.
It's coming out this November.
Right.
Which is, not kidding you guys, 4 months away.
So Kevin Feige comes out on stage and he goes, okay, so we've talked about Phase 4, we talked about Phase 5 and Phase 6. You've heard about the past and you've heard about the future, where we're going, but now we're going to talk about forever. And in comes the Wakandans doing that tribal music, and it was so amazing.
It was really cool. They opened up with traditional African chanting and drums, and they had a whole drum and dance performance, and it was incredible. And then that piece of itself became like, it set the tone for the whole panel, really. In a way that really wasn't expected, because the way that people reacted to it actually caused a lot of an emotional reaction from the actors. And we'll get to that in a second. Ryan Coogler comes out and he talks about how he remembers when he was sitting there in Hall H. The last time he was in Hall H was 5 years ago, when he was with Chadwick on his left side, he says, and they watched the first ever footage of Black Panther 1. They hadn't ever seen it before. And he remembers Chadwick's obscenely large hands on his shoulders from how excited he was. And he says, I haven't, and watching you guys react to that performance was like feeling his hands on my shoulders again. And then he introduced the cast: Lupita, Letitia, Winston, Denai, Florence, and then all the new cast members that come out after that for the ones who are debuting in the second movie. And kind of each of them went down the line. But I think what Denai, who plays Okoye, said was really poignant to me. I don't remember the exact quote, so I'm going to misquote her. I'm so sorry, Miss Denai. But what she said was something along the lines of like, the reason why that we do this is because of the way that you all reacted when you saw the performers on stage. When you pulled out your phone cameras and when you cheered and when you screamed and when we saw the joy on your faces, that is why we are doing this. And that makes all of this worth it. Which, when you remember the hardships that went into making this movie, it's a full circle moment for them to be able to watch the fans interact with them, and the content that they are producing, and kind of makes the whole thing more worth it.
Yeah, it was emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. I don't know where to start with this. This was what I was most excited for.
Me too.
Throughout pretty much the whole. I mean, I was really excited for the upcoming stuff for like phase 5 and later on.
Mm-hmm.
But Black Panther was one of the things that I was, waiting for, and I wanted this trailer so badly.
I needed somebody to talk to me so bad about it because I was like, there's a thing that's happening and I have no idea what to think of it.
Right.
I just need someone from Marvel to interact with me about this so I know how to feel.
And so in the panel, they brought out the actor. I can't think of his name right now. But he's playing Namor the Submariner. And he's the king of Atlantis. And I
can't think of it either. Let me look it up.
They are changing his comic origin because originally he was Mayan, but this one he's like more Mexican heritage, and I think that's pretty cool.
Okay. I'm gonna pause on you real quick because Namor is the current ruler of Atlantis in the comics.
Yeah.
And the Atlantis story, he's supposed to be white in the comics. And Mayan is ancient Mexico. The Maya is ancient Mexico. So we got to reword that a little bit here. Originally, Namor is from Atlantis, is the current ruler of Atlantis. And now they're making it into a like an underwater Mayan civilization to make it Mexican and to make it represent us in this movie, which makes me wildly happy. Like wildly happy. The fact that I feel like Black Panther is like the coolest kid in school and they just chose me to sit with them at the table. I'm like, thanks for including me, you guys. I don't even know what to, I'm so beyond excited and humbled to have my culture represented in this movie. Like Mexicans are going to be in Black Panther. What? It blows my mind. I'm just, I can't believe it. I'm so excited.
So we're going to go into the trailer a little bit. I'm not going to do a full deep dive, but some of the things that I noticed. So what I thought was pretty cool was they opened up with the funeral ceremony for T'Challa. And they were processing losing their king. So that was kind of cool to see in their mind and what that looks like to them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we see Namor the Submariner. And we also see Shuri in the gold and Black Panther suit. So it's kind of
like Shuri?
It's Shuri, yeah.
Do they confirm that? Because I've heard a lot about it being Nakia.
No, it's Shuri. Yeah, she gets the mantle
now,
of Black Panther.
Did you get that from your spoiler people, or did Marvel actually say that?
I mean, yeah.
Your spoiler people told you that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's up in the air. Cool.
I would be shocked if Nakia got it.
I would not be shocked. Are you kidding? I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked. I would not. Are you kidding me? Nakia is a way better fighter than Shuri is.
Yeah.
Nakia put on the Dora Milaje armor.
Yes, we'll see. But we're also introduced to Riri Williams, who is Ironheart in the comics.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I just don't know how she gets her armor. I'm like, how does that work?
Probably the way that everybody else got everything cool in the last 2 Avengers movies from Wakanda.
Most like, is she Wakandan?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Uh,
Because in the comics, no,
yeah,
I don't
she's
think
not.
so. She's not. But you know how the MCU does it. I mean, if Kamala Khan's now
Yeah, mutant.
a mutant, then you
Yeah.
know, Riri can be from Wakanda. That's fine. That's like the least crazy thing I've heard.
Yeah. And we also see the flooding of Wakanda by the Atlanteans. And there is a very big death scene coming. So be ready for very emotional Black Panther 2. And setting up phase 5, we're getting the whole issues with Wakandans and Atlanteans, but we're also getting the introduction of Doctor Doom. And Doctor Doom is going to be a big part of Black Panther and that whole civilization, which will be pretty cool to see, due to Fantastic Four coming pretty soon. So, yeah. After that is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Not much is known about that show or movie. We don't even know really what it is at all.
I have no idea.
But we know that it's coming to Disney Plus in December. So that's also in the way.
Yeah.
And then coming in early 2023 is What If Season 2.
Give me the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm ready for.
Give me the good
excited.
stuff.
I'm really excited for What If Season 2.
What If changed everything for me. I don't know how. I mean, technically it did because I asked you out after an episode of What If. I asked you to be my boyfriend after an episode of What If. So it literally changed my life. So I'm so excited for season 2.
It'll be fun. And then they are also in development of season 3 at the moment too. So that's also coming. And season 2 has a whole slate. And they actually revealed some of the episodes. I don't think they revealed all of them. But there are, I think, 7 or 8 episodes. One is a Hela tale from Ragnarok. There's one of Odin battling the Mandarin.
Nice.
So Shang-Chi and stuff like that. Captain Carter's encounter with the Winter Soldier. Tony on Sakaar with Valkyrie and the Hulk instead of Thor. And then what if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper? So obviously from What If Season 1, you find out that version of Steve survived, but I don't think he's good anymore.
Oh no!
Hydra took control of him.
No.
And we also found out that Elizabeth Olsen will be returning to voice Wanda Maximoff as a variant.
Good. Oh,
so she's
fabulous.
coming back.
I have a theory that we're never going to see 616 Wanda again, and we're just going to get an 838 version of her or something like that from now on. But that's just my theory.
I know we're getting a lot more Wanda, but what Wanda, I have no idea.
Right.
So after that, early 2023 is also Secret Invasion. So this show will be a spy espionage thriller series coming spring 2023, and it's going to be a mix between Captain Marvel and the Winter Soldier.
In terms of vibes or what?
Yeah, vibes.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm good with that.
We're getting all the squirrels and stuff, but we're also getting a lot of the spy thriller and action heavy stuff that was
from
Winter
Cap
Soldier.
2. Yeah,
right.
Sure.
So this is the trailer, at least the footage of what they showed. So Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury comes out of a spaceship to meet Maria Hill at a bar. Apparently she's been trying to contact Nick Fury for a really, really long time, but she's been super unsuccessful. And she claims that he has been avoiding Earth for years and asks why he's chose to come back now. He explains that this situation warranted his attention. So something really, really big is going on. And he's like, no, we need to get back. So in the upcoming series, Fury returns to Earth to deal with a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls who have been infiltrating Earth for years. So obviously the Skrulls have, been there taking control, and they're slowly taking over the Avengers and stuff like that. Who it is, no one knows. It could be literally anyone because the Skrulls are able to see someone and change.
Yeah.
He has an intense conversation with Ben Mendelsohn's Talos, a Skrull who helped in Captain Marvel. He was the main one.
Yeah.
Who everyone loved.
Ben Mendelsohn, for those who are unaware of what that name means, I believe he was a Doctor Who doctor. I don't know which one.
He was one. He was also the villain in Rogue One.
Yes, there you go. That one. Yes.
So he says you've got to be very careful, Fury. says the human version of Talos, who teams up with Fury to stop the Skrull invasion. And another shot, Fury is sitting down with Don Cheadle's James Rhodes, who is surrounded by men in black suits. Fury asks him if he thinks he knows everything that has happened up to this point, because it's about to get a lot crazier. So we're getting War Machine, guys. We're getting War Machine back, and bringing more Iron Man stuff in. And Martin Freeman is making an appearance as Everett K. Ross from Black Panther as well.
Woohoo! Love Agent Ross.
I thought, oh my God, I thought his character in that film was so good.
Premium vanilla.
He was so like, and I wasn't expecting to like him.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, it's just going to be like one of those CIA agents. It's going to be stupid. But like, he brought so much to that film. I wasn't expecting it.
I also feel like it wouldn't have been as successful as it was without him. Hear me out. Because the majority, and Ryan Coogler is very smart for this, the white majority needs to find a way to connect to this movie. And if they don't, they're going to write it off as a Tyler Perry movie. Because that happens a lot. It's like, oh, it's a black movie, so it's just for black people. Therefore, it's not for me. I'm doing air quotes.
Right.
For those who are listening. It's quote unquote not for me, quote unquote a black movie, quote unquote I'm not going to watch it, quote unquote because I don't understand it.
Right.
Because it's quote unquote not my experience. So and I feel like a lot of people of color projects succeed when the directors just throw a white man in there. One white man. Throw one in there. And all of a sudden it's a phenomenon. And you want to see Exhibit B, Hamilton. I never
liked Hamilton, to be honest.
Okay, but you know what? Global phenomenon.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you throw one singular white man in there, global phenomenon.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I totally just forgot. Crap. Anyway, it'll probably come back to me. So after that is Echo. So that's shooting right now. And it's coming in summer 2023. So the origin story of Echo revisits Maya Lopez, whose ruthless behavior in New York City catches up with her in her hometown. She must face her past, reconnect with her Native American roots, and embrace the meaning of family and community if she never hopes to move forward.
For those who don't remember, for the 1% of you that don't have no idea what this is about, the villain from Hawkeye.
Yep. She's the deaf character in Hawkeye who was working with Kingpin to try to take down Clint Barton and Kate Bishop. I thought she was fantastic in that show. So we will be getting the return of Kingpin in that show, as well as Daredevil. So we're getting a lot of the old cast in that.
There we go.
Right now shooting for summer 2023, as well as Loki season 2. We don't know anything about it, but it's still happening, and we know.
Words. We know Owen Wilson is there. We know Tom Hiddleston is there. That's pretty much it.
Right. I mean, I don't need anything else.
That's all we know. I'm fine. With those two. I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm interested to see, because obviously Quantum Mania is coming.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if we get another King variant. And like kind of get more stuff with that, because if we get King Dynasty, we're getting a lot of Kings.
We gotta get lots of
variants.
Jonathan Majors is so freaking talented that I feel like they're not gonna not use him.
Oh yeah.
Like they're gonna literally milk him for every single persona that he can play.
Yeah, Kevin Feige was talking in Hall H yesterday. He was like, he is the person that I feel most comfortable with giving Phase 5 to. Literally. Like putting it all on his shoulders. And literally that one episode in Loki season 1, he killed it. After that is Ironheart, fall 2023.
We'll learn more about that probably after November. We'll probably learn more about that.
Yeah, either that or D23. I would assume get a little more.
Maybe a little more, but if we haven't even seen Wakanda Forever yet, I imagine we won't get much.
It's mainly going to come from Wakanda Forever, most likely.
Yeah.
And then coming winter 2023 is Agatha Coven of Chaos.
That one threw me through a loop for me. Everybody's group chat's about to be named Coven of Chaos, and y'all know I'm right. Every single one of y'all changed your group chat name to Coven of Chaos. The only reason mine didn't is because I called it out.
I think our group chat name is funny though.
New group chat complete with water slide.
Yeah, it's the total like Emperor's New Groove callback. And I love it.
That's really funny. Yeah.
So coming in fall 2023 is X-Men 97. So this is an animated series. With the season 2 possibly coming in 2024. They did say it was in development. They just did not give a exact release date. So the panel highlighted the return of the original X-Men team, which includes Rogue, Gambit, Jubilee, Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, and of course Wolverine. And an interesting move in the old X-Men show, we find out that version of Professor X leaves at the end of the show and goes to space. And if you watch Multiverse of Madness, you see that Professor X get killed. So there is no Professor X. He's dead.
Bye.
So Magneto will be leading the team. And we got like a first look at it and all these like, new images and stuff like that. And we also see Sunspot, Cable, who was in Deadpool 2, the main villain of Deadpool 2, Bishop and Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler. He's one of my favorite X-Men's. So that's cool that he's in there. So it's an entirely new team, bringing in new X-Men and old X-Men for the different generations that are seeing it for the first time.
Absolutely.
And we also have a whole cast of villains. It's not going to be one, it's going to be like 5. So we're getting Sinister. He was actually the main villain in the old X-Men show. So he's coming back. And he will be joined by Callisto, Emma Frost, and Sebastian Shaw as the other villains. So we're getting a whole villain team, essentially.
I'm sitting here waiting for you to read the next one, if I'm honest. So I'm just kind of...
Are you ready?
Please say it. Please say it.
Marvel Zombies.
Yes!
All right, so...
I still have Zombie Wanda on my shelf.
Oh my God. This show is about to be fan freaking
it has no purpose and I love it. I don't care if it goes anywhere. I don't care if it connects to the MCU. It's so good that I literally have not a care in the world. It's so fun.
So this show will be releasing in 2024, and
it's like a video game but a TV show.
Yeah, kind of. It's going to be the first TVMA show confirmed in the same world as the What If episodes.
Yeah.
So we also got a whole new team lineup.
Wait, so is it the same? So it is the same verse as the.
It's the episode. Same. No, I don't know if it's the same.
I don't think any of these characters are the same as last time.
It's not. No.
Everybody but Peter and Scott.
Yeah.
Turned into a zombie. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
So we got a whole new team, and it's gonna follow Shang-Chi, Yelena Belova, Jimmy Woo.
I looked at the costume. I saw like the costumes, and I could easily identify every single character. And then I went, "Who is that fool that I don't recognize?" And I zoomed in on it, and when I saw the card, I screamed.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And it's also going to be Kate Bishop from Hawkeye, Kamala Khan, Katie, Red Dragon, and Death Dealer from Shang-Chi. And those are going to be the heroes that we're going to follow. But we also have other zombie versions.
Oh, we're getting Katie. Too. I didn't realize we were getting Katie.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're getting the girl from Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
But so these are going to be the zombie versions. We're getting Cap back from the first season. We're getting Zombie Wanda.
Yay!
Zombie Hawkeye, Abomination, Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Okoye, Captain Marvel, and Icarus from the Eternals.
Oh, Icarus is going to be good.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one. And I know, because I just think an Eternal zombie is really cool.
I think it's pretty sick. Yeah.
Dope.
It's interesting because since he's an Eternal, he can't die.
Exactly.
He's also not living. So he's in a constant state of half dead, half alive.
Yeah. Which is, he's already a zombie as is when he died in the movie. Spoiler alert. Nobody cares.
Okay. Moving past that is Spider-Man freshman year.
All right.
So this is going to be an Elseworld show. There was a lot of theories coming out originally, like a year ago when they talked about it, that it was going to be in the 616. It's not. So this is coming.
Pretty much Tom confirmed that for us already, though.
This is going to be coming in 2024, and a season 2 is also confirmed and is coming.
Nice.
The series is set in the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, not the universe, but the multiverse.
Cool.
Before the events of Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, okay.
And we see Peter Parker. Oh my God. Sorry, my thing just is a lot tonight.
Yeah.
He's battling a diverse group of villains, teaming up with new heroes and making new friends. One of those friends Peter will be hanging out with is Nico Monroe, who is in Marvel's Runaways. It's a girl.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Yes, Miko. Yes.
I've never seen the
Miko,
show personally.
Miko Minoru. Yeah, she was. Nico Minoru was. I don't even know I don't really remember her power, but she was the one who was with that girl, the one who got with that girl. That's what I remember. But yes, I remember Nico Minoru.
Yeah. So that's gonna be Peter Parker's best friend in that show.
Her mom was like a super mega bad guy. It was kind of cool.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
And Peter Parker will also have multiple suits designed, with the one being created by Norman Osborn, which is honestly really cool. Yeah, that's a huge thing. So Norman will be in the show basically as the Tony Stark character, his mentor.
Is Willem Dafoe going to do it or no?
I don't know.
It would make sense if he did.
Say, yeah, well, that would be really cool. Spider-Man will be interacting with Doctor Strange and Daredevil as well. So he's coming back, but he's also going to be in his black suit. So the traditional Daredevil costume will be in that show.
Okay.
And yes, Charlie Cox will be reprising his role as Daredevil, and he's also voicing the character.
I'm not mad at Tom. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, honestly. I mean, they got the same guy who did it from What If.
Yeah.
So,
that's fine. Yeah, he sounded pretty good. I thought it was Tom.
Yeah. So the villains, there's actually going to be a lot. So it's going to be Unicorn, Chameleon, Scorpion, who was in the prison scene from the first Spider-Man movie in the MCU. With the Vulture.
Yes. That one.
Yeah. Speed Demon, Tarantula, Rhino from the Andrew Garfield movies. And Doc Ock.
Russian guy in a rhino costume.
Yep. So we are getting our first version of the Sinister Six.
Nice. I love that. I once fought a Russian guy in a rhino suit.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that you went to space.
Right.
That whole interaction in No Way Home was great.
That was amazing.
So jumping back into the I guess the real world, but live action is going to be Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
So that is a original series starring Charlie Cox, and it's going to be 18 episodes long. We're going to see the continuation of the Netflix show in a different way as well. Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be back as Kingpin, and that's coming in mid-2024.
Nice.
So from there, we're going to jump over into the films.